This is a $3 million home, and today we're going to be covering why more luxury home buyers are choosing Castle Rock over Denver almost every time, and more specifically, stay tuned till the end because we're going to be talking about this home builder specifically and what Crystal Valley Castle Rock has to offer for you as a homeowner. All right, luxury homeowners and luxury custom home builders. We've got a lot to talk about today, but more importantly, let's cover lifestyle and everything Castle Rock has to offer. More specifically, before we get to this home, why luxury homeowners are choosing Castle Rock over Denver.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start off broad here. And the first thing we're going to talk about is just the overall lifestyle. You know, I really think a lot of this has to do with just the times are changing with the things that luxury home buyers are prioritizing now versus in the past. In the past, it used to be very much location was number one, and you would get the best house possible within the location.
Correct.
Now it's more so lifestyle is a priority over location, but man, these locations are also pretty freaking awesome.
And lifestyle is very subjective, right? So what you would like your lifestyle to be. And I think post-COVID really opened people's minds to how remote you can be with your career, how remote you can be with even your own, even if you're a business owner yourself, and enjoying the different lifestyles that different states have to offer. And Colorado being one of them, yes, we have a huge city. Yes, only more is coming. We talk a lot about that on our lives every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Check it out if you guys haven't checked it out. We talk a lot of commercial development on there, but there's also a lot of Colorado living that people want to enjoy. And the benefit that we're not overly incorporating in Colorado is you can be 34, 37 minutes from downtown, but still experience Colorado living beyond what you'd ever maybe imagine, right? When we talk more specifically when it comes to Castle Rock, today we're in Crystal Valley. We're at some signature series here with Workshop. We're going to cover a lot, especially with this house, but we're going to be talking a little bit about Diamond Ridge and some other places that just have things to offer. But Castle Rock being that not only are you embedded into the mountains and you've got some great cliffside living, there's a lot of it out here. And it's not even close to being full, which is why it's such a huge opportunity for you guys in 2026 and beyond.
To go on a little bit further in terms of the luxury lifestyle that people are looking for, a lot of that just comes down to the lot sizes that are available for these luxury homes in a place like Castle Rock compared to Denver, which Denver, you're going to have traditionally, unless there's a double or triple lot purchase or something like that, which is out there, but it's more rare. In Castle Rock, you're looking at even a smaller size lot out here is traditionally going to be about 4 sizes what a Denver lot would be.
Correct. And when you're looking at price per square foot, you have to understand that most people incorporate price per square foot to the actual home itself. But you own the soil when you own a home, and the soil in Denver can get very expensive. So when you're looking at a 2,500 square foot home on your normal 1/8 acre lot per se, just hypothetically, like you're getting into the several $1 million. Out here, you can be at 5, 6, 7,000 square feet on a home. You can have 4 times the amount of size of lot, but because you're not in the heart of Denver or Wash Park or South Park Hill, you get so much more bang for buck. And when you guys see some of the views that we've got out here in the valley, specifically Crystal Valley or Diamond Ridge overlooking Pikes Peak, it will blow your mind how beautiful it is. And again, the more people are moving to Colorado, the more people are starting to realize it's not just about inner city or being around the downtown Denver area, but actually being able to enjoy Denver. Some of these views I would consider priceless, but again, because we're so unincorporated, there's so much availability. This is not going anywhere anytime soon. You guys have plenty of opportunity, but with some things right now in the market where you've got some competitive opportunities, it would be good to turn that stone.
The other thing here too is long-term thinking. Okay, now if you look at moving into high-end super luxury home in the city, if you're in an established city, that appreciation is more or less set, right? Like you're not gonna go and see 20% more appreciation in Denver, at least anytime soon.
You'll see some because of all the commercial development that's happening with the new Broncos Stadium, that's happening with Ball Arena. Anytime you're adding that much mega development to a city, there's gonna be a lot of demand to be there. So you are gonna see some increases. But what we're talking about more is like these unincorporated, brand new master plan communities or these luxury master plan communities, which are a little bit smaller than your traditional ones that we've shown. Less homes, but just more luxury living on the cliffs, anywhere from 30 to 75 homes versus 500 to 2,000 homes. But because they're brand new, they're just getting started. You're going to have a ton of equity that grows on top of these cliffs, because as Denver gets bigger in its city, Colorado as a whole will be getting bigger, and people will aspire to be here more, which definitely is going to increase all of your equity, whether you want to be in the city or especially. But now, just to your point, especially with these new communities, there's only going to be so many cliffside style homes at 100%. Some point. We are unincorporated, I keep saying it. There's plenty of opportunity, but at some point, the land is purchased and people have those homes on those lots. In order for people to get into it as a second homeowner or a third homeowner, you're paying a premium way over what you bought to get in initially as the first homeowner. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, essentially, where you're gonna have these big runs of appreciation, where Denver, for sure, you're gonna see your 1% and 2%, you know, and as they build new things, you're gonna slowly start trickling up like all cities do. But out here, where you're at the base level, you have nothing but up to go.
Versus inner city Denver is very established, very grown.
100%. In addition to that, let's look at the types of homes that you can get in a Castle Rock versus a Denver. So not to say that you can't get new builds in Denver. There are plenty of places where they're scraping down an old home and they're building up a new modern one, just like this.
Right, and you can still have a basement. They're beautiful. You can still have a main floor and an upstairs. And a lot of times they're adding like rooftop style decks. We've shown a lot of that. We've shown some builders that are doing that around like the Central Park area and around Washington Park. We've shown some of those. Less view, even though you've got a rooftop, because you're very into like the city, there's less views versus out here. Less rooftop per se, but you've got these walkout basements, these walkout main levels, and you have miles and miles of a Rocky Mountain and valley that you guys get exposed to.
That's true. Like the walkout basements are super unique to a place like Castle Rock. You're not going to find walkout basements unless they've dug like out and done some excavating, but it's going to be dark. You're not going to have the views.
Correct. And like, because it's more condensed on a smaller footprint in the heart of Denver, you kind of have to go vertical to maximize some of that square footage. Here, like today, we're going to be showing you one of the workshop homes. This is a ranch with a walkout basement. So technically it's a main level with a basement. The basement's got full ceilings, walkout. It's amazing, but you don't have 3 stories. A lot of folks, especially in Colorado, these ranches with walkout basements are very popular because, you know, whether you have kids, whether you're getting older, whether you just don't want to, less and less stairs, and maximizing your footprint and your square footage on the 2 floors versus 3, or even a 4th if you have a rooftop deck to go enjoy. It does get a little redundant for homeowners sometimes, and it just gets not exhausting, but from a day-to-day standpoint, they just don't want to do it versus the comfortability of these rentals. But because you've got bigger footprints out here and you get more bang for buck price point wise, you can do a lot of elaborate things in these areas.
Oh yeah, completely. And when you look at the immediate surrounding neighborhoods and homes, you know, in Denver, let's say you do buy a $3 million luxury new build in Denver, you could very well have a 100-year-old home right next door to you, right? Or some other home, you know, a couple homes down, that's just, man, it doesn't really enhance the community that much. A lot of the reasons people come out to a place like this is because the whole community is just these really nice homes, and maybe you're surrounded by some homes of different price point, but it all matches with the nature and the community itself, which again enhances the long-term value of the home.
Correct. Now, before you close this out with a couple more points, before we actually show you guys this home, I also want to just remind you of how many times people entertain at their homes nowadays. I also feel like that's become a thing. We've been entertaining folks at our home a lot more. We enjoy it. We've got the space for it. It's been a lot of fun. People are tending to do that a lot more as well. So versus like when it's bang for buck and you can do so much more for your money, it's like, why wouldn't you want to hold more guests, more activities, more birthdays, whatever it may be, versus going to a clubhouse? And although those are amazing, a lot of people still love using those, people love entertaining at their homes, especially around the holidays. So when you're looking at how far your price point or your money goes, right? Whether you're spending $3 million and that's your price point, and it's, oh, hey, $3 million is $3 million. It's not, but if you are going to spend it, turning some of these stones and realizing how much more you can do in different types of lifestyle environments in Colorado, you definitely want to take a look and just make sure you're maximizing your experience.
Now, next up is one of the most important things for you guys, for a lot of you guys out there, are the schools. Now, if we're comparing a Castle Rock, or let's call it really any surrounding suburb around the city of Denver, the schools out there are much higher rated than the Denver public schools.
Correct.
If you have a family and you're in a $3 million home in Denver, there's high likelihood that you're going to a charter school or a public school for your primary schooling options. Out here, those are still very popular options. That's just a Colorado thing. but also you're in, specifically in Castle Rock, the Douglas County School District, which is always in the top 5 highest rated school districts in the metro area. And that is a major deciding factor for a lot of you guys, especially if you just don't need to be in the city for any particular reason.
Preference, it's great to have options. If you guys want to use private schools or charter schools, great. But if you want to have the option of having great competitive athletics and academics on the public side, and you prefer that your kids go to that for whatever reasons you like, awesome. It's just nice to have that option.
Oh yeah, yeah, completely.
And we lived in Castle Rock for a long time. My family and I, we lived on top of Diamond Ridge. It was beautiful. We loved it. We were part of Douglas County Schools at that time before we went to Cherry Creek with where we're at now. Beautiful home, beautiful landscape. Schools were great. No complaints there. Yeah.
Now, finally, one of the other major reasons that luxury buyers are choosing Castle Rock over Denver is the light rail access. Now, you're probably not using light rail to go to work every single day. Maybe you work from home, maybe you work in DTC or in Denver, but having that accessibility is really, really important. And because Castle Rock is located right on I-25, the light rail comes all the way down to Ridgegate Parkway, which sits just about maybe 8 minutes north of where we're at right now.
Right.
So getting downtown for games, getting downtown for events or work is easier than ever. And that's one unique thing about Castle Rock versus a lot of other luxury suburban communities around Colorado just aren't going to have that light rail access.
Especially if you're in the heart of the city. We keep comparing everything we're talking about today to like the heart of downtown. So whether it's Cherry Creek, whether it's Wash Park, you name it, they're all kind of like right inside the center of Denver, which means they're all in between all the major highways and byways. So there's not really a way to like use public transportation out of those neighborhoods. You're closer, but you're definitely driving. And I'm glad you brought up like entertainment, because even though we're 34 to 37 minutes away from the city and going to concerts and football games and basketball games, a lot of folks like public transportation because they'd like to have a couple drinks and enjoy themselves and be able to come home safely. That's been the one thing that Castle Rock was detached with, was the public transportation to Denver. Totally. So even though commute-wise it wasn't that horrible and you could do it if you're going to work or whatever it may be, if you want to go have some fun with your friends and not be responsible for driving or anything, a lot of folks love to just grab small groups. They go enjoy games, they go enjoy restaurants.
Yes.
Well, now that you've got the light rail that is commuting, it just makes that social atmosphere of going down there a lot more doable. And you've got options again as far as being safe and things like that. I love it. We've got some friends that have been doing that. They enjoy it. Castle Rock definitely feels more connected to Denver now, 100%.
Yeah, we always get comments. Anytime Will says Castle Rock's 34 to 37 minutes from Denver, we always get someone in the comments that says, Castle Rock isn't that far from Colorado.
Let me grab my Pamplemousse drink and educate you. It is.
Before you comment that, please just open your phone, punch in Castle Rock, punch in Denver, and see how far it is. I promise you, it's going to fluctuate with traffic, obviously, but I promise you, it's 40 minutes or under.
And folks, I'm only saying that because I lived in the heart of Castle Rock in Diamond Ridge for a long time, and I commuted. We had an office. We had a penthouse out in downtown right next to Coors Field for our office, and I was commuting every day, and it was 34 to 37 minutes. Now, if you get a car accident, understand it's going to slow some things down. If you got inclement weather, it's going to slow some things down. But we're just talking the majority of the time, it's pretty smooth. But again, like that's not even, whether it's 34 to 37 or if it ends up being 42 one day, then 37, it's all pretty close. And I don't think anyone argues that, hey, as long as you're good with that time commute, you're good with it. What the point is today is really talking about the public transportation and you being able to go downtown and enjoy the social atmosphere without being responsible for driving if you'd like not to, right? So most importantly, you definitely feel more connected to Denver.
That's right. Now, next up, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to show you some quick highlights of this gorgeous home by Workshop Builders. That's the developer. They're called Workshop. Really great company. They do a lot of things here local.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nope, no, you're good. You're good.
I'm excited because they've got in-house cabinetry so they can literally make anything custom that you like.
Absolutely.
They're doing all the custom cuts. They've got amazing white oak and other wood materials that they're using. They also have steel in-house and they're cutting all of their staircases. So when you guys are looking at the home today and I'm walking you through, pay attention to all the custom home steel. Like we're talking beams through the house. We're talking amazing railings. We're talking open concept
door
stairs
frames
that go down, the steel stairs with the white oak steps. It's amazing, but it's also in-house. And like, what does that mean for you? Well, it means that you're not paying as much for it. If you have a custom home builder that's going to outsource steel and outsource, like all of them do, and it's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But if if you're outsourcing all of your cabinetry and if you're outsourcing all of your steel for a certain look, just understand that there's going to be cost for the builder to go purchase that. That cost is going to apply to you. And then if there's any margins as far as material markup, you're going to be paying for that. When they have things like that in-house, it's just allowing you to save cost, which means you can make your dollar go a lot further for the customary things that you do. And by far, homes like this, homes that Workshop do at the price point that this is at, you are getting a lot of bang for buck compared to some of the other custom home builders that we've seen. We're excited to show you. Been great friends with these guys for a long time. They're only getting bigger. We love them.
And after we show you the home, we're going to head back to the office and I'm going to show you, in addition to Crystal Valley, some of the other top luxury communities like Diamond Ridge that Will mentioned earlier around Castle Rock, where you can find other homes like this one.
Correct. And by we, he means he, because he's Maverick, top gunning Google Earth. I will be with some clients of ours in Castle Rock this afternoon. I'm excited for that. We've also got some other clients that are coming from Virginia and from New York that
Shout
we're
out
excited
to you guys.
to have.
You know who you are.
Yes, we're excited for that, but you guys enjoy Eli on that bit. But before we get to his stuff, let's check this house out already. All right, guys, come on in. We're looking at our fully custom home here by Workshop. 4-bed, 5-bath, over 6,000 square feet, priced right at 3.2. A lot of great amenities we want to show you guys today, but as you come in, I want to turn you guys around really quick. Check this out. This is also some of the nice touches you can have when it comes to custom home builders. It's things like this, man. Who's at your house? I don't know. Check it out. Don't like him? Oh, it's Eli? He needs something? No, Eli, we're not having it, right? Moving on, check this out. You've got amazing grand beams throughout your entire kitchen. And again, because they've got this stuff all in-house and they do all the metal work, you can do things like this at such a great cost that you might not typically see. Moving on, you've got a pit stove. Not because you're in a pit, because the inventor's last name was Pitt. But there you go. As we move past, you've got all of your nice invisible, I call them invisible fridges. They all match your cabinet. It's very uniform. All of this is in-house. When you guys are picking, whether it's white oak or anything else, everything is in-house, custom cuts. I'm not sure if we can see this on the camera, but they can literally match the grain of wood as it goes vertical into the next piece because they're picking them specifically to where it was cut. You're not gonna get that when you're buying shelves or cabinetry in the masses or from a different distributor. You're gonna get the pieces that you get and hopefully that they all flow. But as you guys look at this kitchen right here and you come across, everything matches grain to grain. So Eli, I'm not sure if you can see that, but as you come up and you see the white oak grain, it literally matches. We'll get you guys some more action shots later on, but check this out. Come across. We're gonna get into your butler kitchen. It's ginormous. It's amazing. It's exactly what you might need, especially when it comes to wanting to entertain a lot more. As we come through, I wanna show you guys something really cool. You've got some Black Canyon stone across your fireplace. You've got another grand beam up here above some of the bedrooms. Nice metal work here on the fireplace. Check this hallway out. Keep coming, keep coming. All right. You've got an amazing bedroom here, huge windows as far as visibility. As we come right back through here, check this bathroom out. Double vanity, walk-in closet, grand tub, and check this out. I know this looks amazing. This is not your primary. This is actually the ensuite you guys have on the front of the home. So let's back up. Let me show you guys a master. Little Ryan Serhant, little, right? Come through. Guys, you couldn't have a better view from Crystal Valley. And again, with custom home builders, they're literally doing floor to ceiling windows, all customary to not just what you want specifically, but when you're looking at custom home builds in Colorado, the entire goal, especially when you're out here in what we would call Colorado living, they're literally bringing the outside into your home. So regardless of where you're at in the home, you get views like this, including in your primary bedroom. As we circle back through, really nice touch behind this header is this beautiful vanity that you guys have to put some jewelry, some watches, more cabinetry space, but then it lets you escape right here into your primary ensuite bathroom, I guess you would call it. And then leading right into your closet. Now, a lot of steel work in here, very minimal, exactly what you need. It doesn't get too bulky with a lot of the traditional shaker style cabinets that you see in a lot of closets. There's a lot of cabinetry space and they look amazing, but they take a lot of space up. Look how streamlined and smooth this builder's done with your closet, leaving a lot of space for you to add a bench, whatever it may be, but it feels open, it feels sharp, it feels crisp. And then as we keep moving forward, it takes you right into one of your secondary garages, some built-ins. You've got laundry right here. Guys, it's connected to your closet, to the primary bedroom, but then it's also connected right back out here to your main floor. All right, now before we go downstairs, if you guys have any questions when it comes to Castle Rock or Crystal Valley specifically, text us the word guide. We are licensed realtors. We love helping you guys with your real estate needs. This guide is 40 pages. It's free, it's mobile friendly. It's got everything that you need. Let us know if we can help. All right, let's go check out downstairs. All right, now it's time for the downstairs. And the reason why I wanna walk down this and show you guys these custom steel stairs, I also want to highlight how big and grand this opening is. It literally makes it feel like your basement is still a part of the home. A lot of times you see folks get curious or concerned, especially when they're coming from states that don't have a lot of basement space. They think this is going to be dark, tucked away, and almost like an attic, like Home Alone when he's in trouble, but the reverse downstairs. But guys, look at these grand beams. Look at this amazing kitchen here. Amazing island, how huge it is. I love the touch of adding the steel to the steel. This looks amazing. And as we come through here, and as you walk out, an amazing view, spiral staircase, also steel, go figure. And look at these views.
Okay, so now that we've seen a great example of what a luxury home looks like in Castle Rock, let's go ahead and zoom out for a second, because it's not only just Castle Rock, but also Castle Pines that you're going to find some of these communities. Anytime we are talking Castle Rock, I always throw Castle Pines in the mix because it is the little more mature sister to Castle Rock. It sits just immediately north of it, which I'll show you here on a map in just a moment, and look at it as a little more established, more mature, almost exclusively luxury city. But you are sitting right next to Castle Rock, so you're going to really be sharing a lot of the same amenities. Now, if you happen to be on Zillow or our Living in Denver home search app, click on the QR code to download, and you go ahead and filter by, let's say, $2 to $2.5 million and higher, you're going to see a lot of the same neighborhoods start to pop up. And that's exactly what I'm going to go over with you in this section of the video. Now, one thing you're going to notice as we're going through these different neighborhoods is that people at this price point aren't shopping specific zip codes. Rather, they're shopping lifestyle. And each of these neighborhoods is going to give you a little bit of a different sort of lifestyle within Colorado and Castle Pines or Castle Rock more specifically. Now, neither one of these neighborhoods is necessarily better than the other. It really just comes down to how you want to live. Now, the first area we're going to talk about is Castle Pines Village. Now, if the lifestyle you're looking for is quiet, gated, country club type of living with tons of nature, this is going to be the spot for you. Now, what you're going to find out here is mature neighborhoods, large homes, very low turnover. You know, the people that buy in these areas, they tend to want to stay in these areas. And like I said before, tons of nature. It almost feels like mountain living within the suburbs, just 35 minutes south of Denver. So this is really going to be the buyer that's looking for privacy, security, great community, things to do within the community itself without really having to leave. So this is going to be for the buyer that's really looking for privacy, security, views, a great community, and things to do within the neighborhood without really having to leave, and long-term ownership. Starting off on the map here, you can see we've got Denver just on the immediate north side, right here in the middle. And if we take I-25 south, as I go ahead and zoom in a little bit for you, we're going to take I-25 down south. And then here you are going to see Castle Pines Village that sits just immediately north of Castle Rock. And then the Meadows right here, which is a community within Castle Rock you probably have heard us talk about before. So if we're diving into Castle Pines Village specifically, this is where you are going to find the most high-end homes. This is the gated country club portion of it, and you will find some more affordable homes up here in Castle Pines North. And by affordable, I mean starting in about the mid sevens, going up to anywhere from about 1.5 to 2 million maybe. But once you start passing that $2 million threshold, you're really going to be focusing primarily here in Castle Pines Village. Now, again, as you can see from our shots here, it is an absolutely stunning community. You have some massive homes, a really, really great clubhouse, golf course, pools, and things like that for everyone to do. Now, one thing to note is that you don't have to be part of the golf club membership. If you live in this area, you can just join the country club on a social membership to be able to utilize other pools and things like that. So golf ability is not required. Now, one of the other big things that draws people to Castle Pines that I want to mention specifically for Castle Pines is these schools are very highly rated there. They do have some really good charter and private schools, but even the public schools are some of the best rated public schools in all of Douglas County. Now, let's say your priorities are views and elevation. And when you wake up in the morning, you want to walk out on your back patio or deck and just see the entire Front Range, Pikes Peak, all the beautiful glory that Colorado has to offer. Well, there's a couple specific areas that buyers are tending to gravitate to. One of them being these two neighborhoods called Sapphire Point and Diamond Ridge. Now, these two neighborhoods are pretty much one and the same. They're in the exact same area. It's just two different sections of this community. Okay, so where we're starting on the map here is right here at the heart of Castle Rock. This is where the outlets are located. You also have a lot of your just major common amenities, your Home Depot, your Target, everything like that, right? All the chain restaurants. Over here on the right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see Highway 86 that breaks off and then branches off into this road, Crowfoot Valley. Well, up on the northwest side of Crowfoot Valley, this whole pocket right here, Diamond Ridge and Sapphire Point. Diamond Ridge is going to be down here. Sapphire Point is going to be up here. And a lot of these homes, as you may start looking at these, might seem like your more high-end, nice homes, but not ultra luxury. Well, there are a couple pockets here, which I'm going to dive into and show you where the elevation gets super high and the views get spectacular. And then you'll find what we like to call these pocket neighborhoods out here, where you're a little bit offset from the primary community. And there are custom builders that will come in here and maybe they'll buy 10, 12, 15, maybe 20 lots and build this pocket neighborhood of these ultra high-end custom homes that are very much view dependent. You're really buying the lot and the views here. You're not necessarily buying the communities with these pocket neighborhoods. All right, so jumping over here to Google Earth is going to be a perfect example. You guys can see this pocket that we have right here. We have these homes right in the middle that are kind of offset from the rest of Sapphire Point and Diamond Ridge. Well, you can't really tell much is special about them right now. But when I go ahead and change the angle right here, you guys can see that these homes are sitting on the top of this ledge. We'll call it a mesa, right? Not a ledge. I think mesa is probably the correct term. As we start zooming in here, you're going to see, man, just some beautiful backdrops that these homes have. The front faces the east, the back faces west, which means your views are of this incredible valley right here, and more specifically looking at Pikes Peak and the rest of the entire Front Range on the more southern side. Now, these homes up here are absolutely spectacular. They are all custom or semi-custom builds. And this is a prime example of what I'm talking about when I say, you're out here, you're buying the lot and the views. You're not necessarily buying the community because the whole community isn't going to have these views. This one pocket of the mesa is going to have these views. So this is one of the big appeals to purchasing in a place like Castle Rock is that you're not going to necessarily find, well, you will, but you might not find these, big, massive, ultra luxury communities. More so going to find these beautiful places in Colorado where there are some gorgeous lots, and you've had some builders come in and build some absolutely stunning homes on these lots so that you can essentially take advantage of the views. And if there's one thing that is going to help you preserve your equity and always help you do great on resale in Colorado, it is going to be the views. Now, you've got some buyers that are looking for a nice high-end luxury home, but don't really want to feel like they have neighbors at all. These are my kind of people. If you're looking for acreage, some elbow room, and maybe you want to have some horses on your property and really just be able to build like a full estate out there, then there are a handful of places that are going to look appealing to you. One of the biggest ones being Keene Ranch. Out here, you're going to find much larger homes. You're going to find much larger lots, anywhere from 5 to 20 or maybe even 30 acres, and a very, very custom and also private feel. This is for the buyer that wants land, space, and quiet first, and really everything else second. Here you can see the red pin here. It is located just immediately southwest of Castle Rock. It is on the west side of I-25, which means you are going to have even better views of the mountains and a lot of privacy and seclusion from any sort of highway noise that you may find right here. Now I want to show you an overhead view here of Keene Ranch. And as we zoom in, you can see that there are plenty of homes out here. By no means will you feel ultra secluded, but you can see that there are gigantic lot sizes, a lot of outbuilding, secondary buildings. Some people build like second homes out here. Like I said, there's a lot of horse properties out here. So this really is the perfect blend of being able to be a part of a community, but you're not necessarily having to see your neighbor all the time when you're coming in and out of your house. So we also change our view here, and I scope around, you're going to see just how much closer to the foothills you are here than if I go, across the highway and we're out here in like Bell Mountain, Crystal Valley. It doesn't look like that big of or that far of a difference, but it really does start changing once you cross the highway. You're going to have just some crazy views that are out there. There's a house on the market right now that I wanted to show you guys. Prime example of one of the homes that you're going to find out here. You guys can see here, it's a massive home. It's almost 8,000 square feet. And this home sits on 20 acres. And as I go through the photos here a little bit, you'll see, again, it is very luxury, very high end. There's some beautiful features in here, true to Colorado's form. You're going to see a lot of like nature incorporated into the design. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but this stairwell back here, there's natural stone going up the wall. It almost looks like a spiral castle staircase, which is pretty cool. So this is just a great example of a high-end home sitting on 20 acres with some absolutely stunning views. Just look at this deck here. Absolutely crazy, but this is exactly why people who are looking at this sort of price point and shopping this sort of lifestyle, why a home like this is going to be really appealing. So Keene Ranch, if you're looking for acreage, tons of space, but also you're part of a community, you're not secluded or out in the boonies by any means, definitely look into this neighborhood. All right, so I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing a little bit of what the luxury lifestyle looks like in Castle Rock. And as you can see by some of the footage and drone shots that we've shown you and the map as well, exactly why Denver might not be that appealing to people who are looking in this price range. If your biggest and most important thing is being in the hustle and bustle of it all, if you do want to be as close as possible to the baseball stadium and football stadium, and you love, partaking in those sort of activities, hey, Denver is still awesome. And there are plenty of options in the, ultra high end luxury price point. But my guess, and this is what we've seen from a lot of our clients moving here, is that, when you're coming to Colorado, you're coming here to slow down a little bit. You're coming here for a change of pace and to further enhance your style from where you previously lived. And a lot of that enhancement is proximity to nature and views, and just being able to go out and enjoy your property, enjoy your land, and enjoy your beautiful home. So if any of these places look appealing to you, or if you guys are curious about any more areas that may work for you, if you are a luxury buyer and looking for this type of property, you guys know where to reach us. There's a phone number popping up on your screen. Go ahead and give us a phone call, text message, or email. We'd love to help you out, and we'll see you guys next time.